Aren't you tired of influencers putting themselves in a pedestal and telling you to hustle harder? Meet Grace Beverley. She flipped the script and weaponized imperfection, turning a £5 recipe book and a camera phone into a multi-million pound business. And in today's video, we're gonna see exactly how she did it, but most important, how can you replicate the same? Doesn't matter what niche or stage of your journey you're in. Let's go. As I mentioned already, she started selling a £5 recipe book on Instagram DMs and Facebook group to fellow college students. Until one day, she opened an email and there it was, in black and white: you are suspended. You need to pay £9,000 by the end of the month or you will be expelled. Now, for most people, this will be the end of the story. For Grace Beverley though, it was the spark that lit a £10 million business. She turned desperation into inspiration. She stayed up all night crafting a new offer and the results were astonishing. She gathered £15,000 in 24 hours and the rest is history. Now she's the founder at Tala, Shreddy, The Business Method. She's been featured in Forbes 30 Under 30. But the thing that I like the most about Grace's story is that she didn't wait for perfection. She monetized what she knew, she monetized what she had, and then she doubled down and improved along the way. Now, to understand Grace's business structure, we need to start with her personal brand. And why is her personal brand so important? Nowadays, people are sick and tired of buying from company logos. People want to buy from people, and I'm gonna double down on my take and I'm gonna say that people want to buy from people they know, people they like, and people they trust. And your personal brand is what makes people know you, and your message is what makes people like you and trust you. Here is where it gets super interesting. Instead of positioning herself as a distant influencer, she uses authenticity as her superpower. She shared her unique views, she shared her thoughts, and that's something that literally everybody can do and will make people resonate with you. But how did she do this? She publicly embraced her flaws. When her brand Tala leggings were having ripping issues, she didn't hide. She issued refunds and documented the quality assurance process, making her audience trusting her even more. She also often shared meal preps overly cooked that boost engagement on Instagram. She also documented her struggles juggling her business and uni, and she kept her audience in the loop, showing live product development. And this is a great tactic for two reasons. One, it builds anticipation, and when she's pitching an offer, her audience is already warmed up and ready to buy from her. Second, it market validates the offer. Let me tell you something, there is nothing worse than spending months and thousands developing a product that the market doesn't want. And guys, I got a little challenge for you. If you already have a personal brand or an online presence, share with your audience a little behind the scenes and see how they react. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. Let's continue. She has an audience. It's time to study her product launch strategy, consisting in 5 steps. Step 1, problem. I need £9,000 to save my spot at Oxford. She made it personal, she made it urgent. Number 2, solution. I compile my best workouts and meal plans. They can help you get fit and help me fund my tuition. Number 3, price boldly. Now, with her previous offer of £5, she would need 1,800 sales. And when you're just starting and your audience is not as big, 1,800 sales can be quite a lot and difficult to reach. But at £35, she only needed a little bit less than 300 sales, which is way more obtainable and is still a low ticket offer and easily affordable for most people. But of course, if the price of the offer increases, the perceived value of the offer has to increase as well. So she added bonuses such as meal prep ideas, Q&A, progress tracker, etc. Number 4, and a very powerful one, scarcity hacked. Only 500 copies available. This creates a fear of missing out effect that skyrocketed initial sales. Now, there are many ways that you can do this, and it's gonna depend on your business and on your offer. Number 5, social proof. She regularly shares screenshots of incoming orders plus testimonials from early buyers. By the way, guys, I'm leaving for you in the description a link to download her product launch strategy as a plug and play resource for you to implement to your business, to your offer, including some ChatGPT prompts that help you craft the perfect product launch. The next step is her cross-platform strategy, and that is key to scaling her business. Now, when you're talking about her cross-platform strategy, you need to take 3 things into consideration. One is reach, another one is authority building, and the other one is nurturing your audience. With all these 3 things, you will be able to monetize your audience. It's very important when you are tailoring your cross-platform strategy to consider each platform demographics and user behaviors. Of course, there are many ways that you can do this depending on your strength, but for example, if you're more into video, you can do some YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, but if you are better on copywriting, you can also do X or LinkedIn. There's really no right or wrong here, but let's see how Grace structured her cross-platform strategy. Starting with TikTok. You can see in TikTok she has 220,000 followers. She has a very informal picture and a funny description, probably yapping about my business, and she later has tags for all her businesses: Tala, Shreddy, and the productivity method. Here you can see a link to her landing page, where you're gonna see later on. And why is that? Because she uses TikTok for brand awareness, and that's it. She leverages short form content, she engages people, and just redirect them to other social media profiles. On the contrary, LinkedIn, you can see that she has a much more professional picture. She also has right here founder of Tala, Shreddy, and the business productivity method. Co-founder at Retrograde and Forbes 30 under 30, and she has her Instagram link. And why is that? Because she uses LinkedIn for authority building. With medium form content, sharing some business advice, she positioning herself as an authority. She knows that LinkedIn demographic is a much more mature audience of business owners, entrepreneurs, and professionals. Continuing with YouTube. On YouTube, she has almost 700,000 followers. She has links to all her offers, all her profiles, and her landing page, of course. But the important part of YouTube is that YouTube is such a great platform to nurture your audience, because you can leverage long-form content that later on is going to be repurposed for shorter versions, for Instagram Reels and TikToks. Here you can provide a lot more value, and that is why it's going to help your conversions. Now, finally, let's see Instagram. Her biggest follow account is a little bit of a mix in between TikTok and authority building. You can see that she has an informal picture, but at the same time, the description is a little bit more professional than in TikTok. She has entrepreneur, founder at Tala, Shreddy, and the productivity method, where she positions herself as sound authority, but also using it as brand awareness. Forbes 30 under 30, an Oxford grad investor in these companies. Then she got her landing page, but I wanted to talk about this right here. And why am I stopping in here in the community building feature of Instagram when she has 1 million followers, but why am I stopping here if she only has 13,000 people? Well, these people are highly engaged with her. They know her, they like her, and they trust her, and I can tell you they are ready to buy from her time and time again every time that she presents an offer because they know the value that she provides. You can also do this with Telegram groups or Discord communities, but she uses Instagram. She uses Instagram as medium and short form content with live Q&A and some lifestyle content for brand awareness, reach, and also for conversion. Really, Instagram is such a good platform for everything. And now, let's go to see her landing page. At the very beginning, you can see that she has a picture of her and then the tags to all her social media presence, which is where she's gonna redirect people from one platform to the other. For example, if you found her on TikTok, you go to the landing page and then you can find her on Instagram or YouTube where her content is gonna be long form and where the conversions are gonna be happening. Then you can see she has the business method course, some podcasts, some products, the book, some Tala product, and here is where I want to make a little stop. Retrograde. Join the retrograde waiting list. Now, if you've been paying attention to what I've been saying, you already may know why is she putting this in her landing page. And you're right. Number one, she's building anticipation, and number two, she's validating her offer. Now, you can see that she used to do this when she started, and she's still doing this nowadays with a 10 million plus business. So, doesn't matter what stage you're in, this strategy can help you increase your revenue. Lastly, she has some shreddy products and a contact. Moving on, let's continue. We already seen her personal brand, we already seen her product launch and her cross-platform strategy. Let's see how she funnels people deeper and deeper into her ecosystem. We saw that everything begins in her personal brand, and from there she feeds her company brands, Shreddy, Tala, and the productivity method. Now, each of them, they have community such as in her personal brand, and also a link in description redirecting to a landing page where her audience can opt in for a freebie with their email, and of course different for each company. Now, once they opt in for the lead magnet, she collects the email and she is targeting with her email marketing campaign. Of course, again, it's gonna be a little bit different for Tala, the productivity method, and Shreddy, but I'm gonna explain you a little bit of the structure here. She has an email drip sequence where the first email is a welcome email. She shares some personal stories. The second, the third, the fourth email, they're just providing value to her audience, just creating a little bit of a relationship and a bond with her audience. And then she goes some few sneak peeks about the offer until the sixth, seventh email comes along. And there you go, a full pitch offer with a very friendly tone. Then 24 hours later, she has a scarcity hack. Hey, remember my offer? Just to let you know, there's no pressure, but the offer is only standing for 24 more hours, so if you want to seize the opportunity, this is the time. If not, no problem. And from there, she starts segmenting her audience. Of course, targeting people has to be different. If they opt in only for a free resource, or if they already bought a low ticket, or if they already bought a high ticket, it's going to be different email sequence. And she's going to offer different products for each one of them. It's not the same if they never bought from you or if they are repeatedly buying from you. And lastly, we're gonna see how she uses retargeting ads. And if you are anything like me and you like to shop online, I'm sure it already happened to you that you're just browsing, you select a few products, you put them on the cart, and then you start second guessing yourself. Do I really need this? Am I being too impulsive? Should I save the money? Whatever. And you finalize saying, okay, if I still want it in a few days, I'll buy, but I'll just leave it there for now. And she uses retargeting ads for those people who were already interested, but they didn't convert. So she can close the lost sales, but at the same time, she increases the ROI of her ad spend because she's not targeting everybody, she's only targeting people they already were interested in buying from her. Lastly, guys, let's go to the juicy part. But first of all, I want to clarify that it doesn't matter if you are starting or if you're just further along in your journey, your primary focus, your main strategy has to be providing free value to your audience. And I know it sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but it's gonna spike your conversions to the roof. But we are still running a business and we need to monetize our audience. How does she monetize her brand? She has mainly 3 different offers: the business productivity method, Shreddy, and Tala. As we already know, let's start with her business and productivity method. She has a physical product being the daily planner that she also has a digital version, which is a very smart move of her because with the same product you can target 2 different type of people. Of course, there's people who are more pen on paper and there's people who are more tech oriented. Here you can also see that she has her course with £150 off, which builds a scarcity hack, a FOMO effect, and in my opinion, I would also put the timer to increase the FOMO effect, but I'm sure she is converting more than fine. Following, she has the 2026 diary waitlist, and again, she's just market validating. Why would she keep developing and improving a product that the market is getting tired of it? Following with Shreddy, she has both physical and digital subscription-based products. The physical is basically fitness gear such as bands or foam rollers, and she also has some supplement and skin supplements as well. Now the subscription based is a fitness app that is £15 a month, £30 quarterly, and £90 annually, and she's making it very clear right here that it's £10 per month and £7.50 per month, plus a free gift to increase the perceived value so people think that they are making the most out of their money. And why is she doing this and why is this so important? You need to consider that when you're running an app just as Shreddy, you are gonna need developers, you're gonna need quality assurance, you're gonna need customer support, customer success, and much more. And you need to keep improving the app and improving the product, and of course, it's gonna cost some money. This is just a way to raise money up front to keep developing the product. Lastly, we got Tala, which is an active wear, selling all type of clothes, but the important part of her monetization strategy is that for all of these offers, she has an upsell, downsell strategy. For those who don't know what a downsell, upsell strategy is, I'm sure it happened already to you if you're shopping online, that you go buy a product and you get a pop-up saying, for example, for Tala, it could be that you're buying a pair of leggings and you get a pop-up saying, are you sure you don't want a matching sporty bra or something like that? You're gonna have 20% off of your second product. So, guys, that'll be all for Grace Beverley company structure. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you find this valuable, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notifications so you don't miss the following videos that I'm gonna be sharing on this channel. And remember to collect your free resource to copy all of Grace Beverley strategies, plug and play plus ChatGPT prompts. See you next time.